Scottsdale's been one of the hottest destinations in the entire country for the past few years, and for decades, it was mostly known as a retirement haven.
But us locals always knew that it was more than that. And now the secret is out. People are flocking here for the lifestyle, for the weather, and honestly, just a better quality of life.
It's really the lifestyle that's bringing so many people to Arizona, whether it's golf, tennis, the outdoors, mountain views, the ability to get a quality home without the fear of natural disasters, so many different reasons, but it's interesting. Arizona's really been put on the map lately.
Yeah, and Scottsdale's really well known throughout the country. So anytime you're flipping through one of those magazines and looking at pictures of Phoenix or Arizona, a lot of times those are pictures of Scottsdale. It's very clean, we have very little crime. And so I think that's very appealing to a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too. I kind of laugh because whenever there's a national broadcast of a sport, the Cardinals or the Diamondbacks, any of the big events that we host in Scottsdale, they always love to show the desert scenery. And it's gorgeous, of course, but from watching from afar, you might think it's all desert, but it really is not. What you have is a very upscale, modern, a new city that's been really just built within mostly the last 20, 25 years. And it shows all over town with quality construction and just a great quality of life.
Yeah, a lot of custom homes, but I also think a lot of people come to Scottsdale because they want the dining, they want the shopping, they want all the retail. And so people love the fact that there's a number of luxury shopping centers. You've got Curlin, the Quarter, Scottsdale Fashion Park.
One interesting fact, there's over 800 different restaurants just in Scottsdale alone. And what we have here is we have restaurateurs who are local to Arizona, who have moved here, opened up specific restaurants. And I know we get this in a lot of other towns, but Scottsdale's a very foodie town. So is Paradise Valley. I mean, we love our restaurants. We love eating out. We love indoor-outdoor dining and being out on the patio and soaking in the weather.
Yeah, and I think one of the other appeals to Scottsdale is that you're located close to a lot of other great things as well. So you can be in Scottsdale, but when it gets really hot in the summertime, you can go and travel to California, or you can go down to Mexico and go to the ocean. You can go to Colorado and get out of the heat. There's a lot of things that are within driving distance or maybe a 1-hour plane ride of Scottsdale.
Another thing that I've noticed that's brought a lot of high clientele in the last 10 years to Scottsdale is our business-friendly environment. And we're also very tax-friendly. So there's a cap now on state income tax. Our property taxes are comparably very low compared to most other areas in the United States. But really, it's like I said, it's that business-friendly environment. I've had several business owners move here specifically to open an extension of their business or a brand new business after moving.
Yeah, and a lot of our clients love the fact that there's an airport right in Scottsdale, meaning that they can fly in their private jet or corporate jet or take a charter right into Scottsdale and be into their house within 5 or 10 minutes of the air park. So that's really important.
The reality is Metro Phoenix offers a ton of great cities and a wide range for all quality of lifestyles, whether you want something more rural, more city life, the suburbs. And Scottsdale does also, because Scottsdale itself is a very large city north to south. You've got your mountains and the views and the golf courses, but you also have a more urban side of Scottsdale near Old Town. And so there's really, even within Scottsdale, a wide variety for everybody.
Yeah, and I think Scottsdale appeals to those who want more of that urban lifestyle, to where they've got the shopping and the restaurants close by. And even our clients that buy in Paradise Valley, or at least consider Paradise Valley or Scottsdale, in Scottsdale, you can get more bang for your buck. The property values are a little bit lower, meaning that you can get more house and more property for the same price as something in Paradise Valley.
Yeah, Paradise Valley is obviously a bedroom community, a 1-acre lot size minimum, but that acre of land and all custom homes also comes at a hefty price tag because of it. And if you don't need the full acre, or don't want to spend quite the money, you can find a very lovely home, grand home that's maybe on a half of an acre, plenty of land in Scottsdale that more suits your needs. So, like I said, there's great variety, but the reality is Scottsdale in many ways is the cultural hub of Metro Phoenix. It's where most people know from out of town. It's the host for the TPC, Barrett-Jackson, spring training baseball. It really was the benchmark and what attracted everyone to Arizona in many ways, and there's a reason for it, and it's that high quality of lifestyle. And there are other areas in the valley where you can find similarities, but nowhere is it as plentiful as right here in Scottsdale, Arizona.
And I think that depending on what your price point is, that's gonna kind of dictate where in the valley you might end up, because naturally the homes in Scottsdale and Paradise Valley tend to be higher priced. And if that's something that might just be out of your budget, then there's some great cities out there. There's great parts of Phoenix and Chandler and Gilbert and Peoria, that would really appeal to those that may not be able to afford Scottsdale, at least at this moment in time, but still want a really nice property in a really nice area.
And then there's also those, maybe retirees who are looking for a spot to enjoy their golden years in one of our private golf communities, or just come out and spend the best months of the year here in Scottsdale. We have a lot of that. We also have many families who are relocating, and they choose Scottsdale because of our top-rated schools and the quality of life. You also find a lot of young professionals who like it because, we have ASU and Tempe, which is every year graduating, new individuals. Well, quite a few of them will make the move up to Scottsdale and find employment within there. And it's, there's another great crowd, I guess you'd say, within Scottsdale city limits.
Yeah, there's a lot of nightlife in Old Town Scottsdale, so you'll get those young professionals that are moving into Old Town and they want to be close to the scene and close to the nightlife. And so, from young professionals to retirees and everything in between.
Some of the most popular neighborhoods in Scottsdale, it really depends on why you're moving here or why you're buying a second home here. But, whether you're looking for a private golf community or something that might kind of act like a 55 plus community, you might not know it, but there are no 55 plus communities in Scottsdale, Arizona. But there are several communities with planned events and community center, even a golf course that very much act like it. They just don't have the age restriction. But really, there's a lot for every individual.
There's some great communities out there. In fact, it's kind of hard to pick which ones would rank at the top, but just a few that come to mind. McCormick Ranch, love McCormick Ranch. It's great for families. It's great for people that don't have kids. It's just a really nice community because you're close to everything. You're centrally located, and there's some great restaurants nearby. Just more of like a Midwest feel, I'd say, to it.
Yeah, there's two 18-hole public golf courses. There's a lot of grass, sidewalks, the greenbelt with a park system. It's really quintessential Scottsdale, and what, if any of you coming as a kid or anything, you definitely would have spent time in McCormick Ranch. Then as you go maybe a little further north, you get into DC Ranch. DC Ranch is a very large master plan community. It has one of those community centers that has events and recreation, 3 pools there. DC Ranch encompasses DC Ranch Country Club, Silverleaf Country Club, and then also General DC Ranch, where you have both gated communities, not gated, all the way from condos to townhomes. Literally, DC Ranch is massive with a whole community there.
Yeah, and up close to DC Ranch, you also have McDowell Mountain Ranch, which is also a master plan community out there. And then you have Greyhawk, which is a hop, skip, and a jump away from both of those.
Yeah.
I think one of the most underrated communities in Scottsdale is Ancala. I think there's a lot of great homes there with great mountain views, the McDowell Mountains. Once again, there is a golf course that is part of Ancala. A lot of the properties sit right on the golf course. Gated. I just think it's a great community and just doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, and many of you are probably familiar with Troon and Troon North, which right now there's a ton of new development, Serrano Canyon just east of Troon. but you've got both a private golf community and public golf courses there. You're just a little further north. It's a little bit cooler. You're up against the McDowell Mountains, and people love Troon North. It used to be where Troon maybe felt like it was an extra 10 minutes or so, but now with the amount of restaurants that have opened up at Market Street, at DC Ranch, and up in that area, it's really becoming a lot more central.
And another community that is just north of Troon is Desert Mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gated, 7 golf courses, and it is the top of the top. It's a little bit more remote, but if you are an avid golfer and you don't mind being a little further away, it's a great community.
You know, some of the things I think I wish more people understood before moving here is, you know, North Scottsdale is gorgeous. You'll see a home with gorgeous desert mountain views in that, but those homes are typically a little further out. And so you're gonna have to travel for more shopping and restaurants and that kind of thing. Some people love them because the desert is a little bit cooler there by maybe 5 degrees or so. But the reality is the summer months are hot, and we do things to alleviate that. Everybody has a pool. We also, you know, in 2 hours you can be in a completely different climate in Flagstaff, but you're super close to make a quick beach weekend out to California or down to Rocky Point in Mexico. There's a lot of ways to beat the summer heat.
Yeah, and aesthetically speaking, North Scottsdale is gonna have more of that desert look and feel, but you might be surprised that Central Scottsdale, South Scottsdale has a very urban feel. It's very rich and lush and green. We do have grass and trees. A lot of our clients don't realize that until they actually land in Phoenix, like, oh my gosh, there's actually grass and trees here. So, you know, that's something that everyone should know. And I would say I don't personally think it's as hot as people make it out to be. Yes, it does get really hot in the summertime, maybe as high as 120 degrees, but we're in our house where it's air conditioned, your car's air conditioned, all the buildings are air conditioned, and if you're outside, you're probably in a pool or on a lake or doing something to cool down.
Yeah, and the reality is, I will say for anybody, is the first summer here is going to feel the hottest, because after that, you do acclimate and your blood thins out a little bit and you become more Arizona native, and it just doesn't feel as hot in year 2, year 3. It'll feel a little hot that first year, but it gets better.
Give it a couple years and by the time it's 75 degrees, you're gonna be pulling out your big winter coats.
One thing that some of our clients aren't familiar with is the amount of HOAs here. Pretty much any home, especially one in a neighborhood that's built after about 1990, is gonna have a homeowners association. And so these are a good thing overall. They do help keep property values up and all of that, but they do come along with some certain restrictions, but good restrictions, like you can't park the RV out in front of the house overnight. But there are something to look out for in a real estate purchase.
And I would say that if you are thinking about buying in Scottsdale, the market tends to move pretty quickly, especially for those homes that are fully updated, beautiful, maybe new construction. They usually don't last too long on the market.
Yeah, anything with views or special features, like Josh said, that's fully redone. A lot of those homes sell very quickly, and so you want to be prepared to act quick if you fall in love with something.
There are a lot of lifestyle perks that people fall in love with when they move here. I would say sunset hikes, outdoor activities, Sunday brunches, as well as farmers markets.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that this comes up quite a bit with my clients after they move here, and that is the people here in Arizona are just genuinely more friendly than they are in other areas. Maybe it's the sunshine and the great weather. I think it has to do with the fact that a lot of people have moved here from somewhere else, and they came here with an open mind and looking to meet new people and engage. And so many of the people that you're gonna meet here just recently moved themselves, or maybe a few years before. They remember what it's like, and they're genuinely more outgoing and friendly. We've got some of that Midwestern nice with gorgeous Arizona sunshine.
And let's not forget golf, because that might be one of the #1 reasons people either move here or they fall in love when they're here, because we have almost 300 golf courses across the Phoenix metro area. one piece of advice. Number one, you definitely want to work with an expert, someone who knows Scottsdale, who knows the communities, who knows the areas, who knows all the golf communities as well, and they can help you find where you should end up and where you want to be. And so you definitely want to work with an expert.
Yeah, and along those lines, you also want to really get clear on what priorities you have. Do you want to be in a golf course community? Would you like something that maybe has gorgeous views and a little more space around, a little more open desert? Or are you looking more for that hustle and bustle where you're closer to shopping and restaurants and the freeways? Having that and also a strong budget in mind will really help us help you when it comes down. And what I would say too, whether it's Paradise Valley, Scottsdale, there really is no wrong decision. These are all like tippity top of the top. There's so many different communities and vibes and feels, and it's really just finding what you find that you like best.
And if you'd like a copy of our free relocation guide, it's awesome. You're gonna want it, so make sure you click the link in the bio, or you can also contact us through that same link as well. Definitely reach out to us. We'd love to help you with your move.